It is pathetic. Even at the edge of the world, men still murder each other for power.
Speaking of pathetic, have you seen the Admiral?
Our commander has vanished. I fear he was captured with the others.
Not to worry. There will always be another Admiral where he came from.
Perhaps it is as you said before, and Jinhai has taken his own path. If so, he is now at the mercy of the wilderness.
Can we leave this cursed rock then?
No. Prepare a rescue party. The hostiles captured many of our companions, and we must find them before nightfall.
I think finding them will be easier than you expect.
I have spotted our captured companions, but the enemy are too many. This is not the time for cowardice. Our companions depend on us to rescue them before they reach the hostiles' camp.
Welcome back to Age of Empires 3, the Asian Dynasties, and welcome to the penultimate Chinese scenario, where we have to rescue our captured friends, which you will. So let's attack you guys here. You can see whether you can one-punch a bunch of these guys here. And then we're going to continue and hopefully intercept that prisoner convoy. So, we're not going to go through there. Instead we're going to use these special anti-tree explosives, which kill trees and only trees, because that's what they do. Let's rescue you guys here.
Your crew is scattered all over this jungle. You must hurry. Our friends face a grim fate at the hands of these natives.
Sure thing. So let's build that trading post.
Captain, another tribe of natives lives in these lands. Perhaps we should gain their trust. Become allies.
Sounds like a plan. So let's rescue this healer here first, because a healer can actually be quite useful here in this initial tactical part of this scenario here. So let's kill these pumas. Oh, were those pumas? I don't even know anymore at this point. These guys here are going to gather resources. How many of these can we afford right now? A good amount, actually. Pretty decent amount. So let's get more food instead, because I think we need more food than we need lumber for the time being. It's also easier to gather. Then let's bomb our way through here. Could maybe wait and yeah, there we go. We've got the first batch. These guys are also very good anti-building units. And yeah, we can actually fit through here. That's good to know. So let's attack you guys here. Let's punch you out if possible, and let's murder you. That shouldn't be too difficult. Time for you to die, and for you. So then we can get even more of you. We're going to do some healing here. And you guys can actually shoot some of these guys here, because we can use some additional... Oh yeah, there's a wolf here, I forgot that. Okay, don't do that. Yeah, hunting is going to be faster, so we're going to go with that. And we got even more guys we can train here. Just one more guy, but that's actually not too bad. And then we'll have to... yeah, let's actually heal more, because there's one more guy to be healed here. You can do some exploration. We don't want to get too close to this gate here, because that's just going to lead to guys coming out of that gate, and that's the last thing we need. Instead... let's actually... I guess we could have rescued more guys from up there, but I guess we didn't. But that's okay. We should have enough guys to conduct the rescue. We have our specials here recharged, so we're going to wait for the convoy to move, and then we're going to liberate the guys.
We must move faster. Every second lost could mean the life of one of our shipmates.
That's so many guys. I really don't like that. Okay, okay. We'll do our best here. So firstly, you go do punching. That's actually really good. You do exploding.
We are friends.
Come on, do it. Do it. Okay, I guess. Did you act? Whatever. The question is, can we pull this off? Not so sure anymore. I mean, this guy here can eat a lot of damage, so that's kind of the key here. But they're not attacking this guy here. But let's maybe try to get a focus on that. You can. No, I don't think the punch here is going to recharge in time. But you know what? It's fine. We only need to just kill all of these guys here. The rest doesn't really matter because after that we can take our time here. Yeah, you attack that guy. Attack that guy, and yeah, the bomb needs even longer to recharge. But that's fine. There's only 4 guys left. Yeah, and one of them is almost dead. Oh, these are all damage from the bomb. Very good, very good. Okay, we got this now. It doesn't matter that we lose everybody else. That's fine.
Those gates are too strong. We should stay in the jungle, where the shadows hide our movement. The convoy has been defeated, but our work is not yet done. There will be no rest while the enemy holds our friends.
You're going to chop trees here, so we can actually establish a town center, because that would be nice. And then we're going to build up our army and everything, and then we can rescue our friends here. You can intercept the convoy at a later stage. You can. Oh really? Is that necessary? Okay, fine. You're going to get yourself punched. You can bet on that. So you get over here into the optimal punching position for the punch. There we go. That was maybe not that optimal, but that's okay. You attack my heroes here. Oh, those can eat all the damage you can dish out. So anyway, yeah, you get me lumber, and let's just repair this because that makes me feel better. Then let's get over here and let's also heal. Yeah, don't wait for the convoy to move too far away. You might get attacked by these pirate war huts, but they're actually not that strong. The true problem will be that there's another army here that's going to join, and that might be just a couple natives too many. In any case, we're going to... What do we have here? Yeah, we might actually get that later. This could be interesting. Do we want that? I think we're going to wait until we have the town center. Then again, you know what, let's just get it now, whatever. You just keep healing here. Yeah, the healers still have their more useful healing abilities, but I don't think you can have more than one healer heal units at once. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't really matter all that much. In any case, you can also intercept the convoy later. Probably even at several spots. I've never tried that, because it only gets harder. And you gain a couple of troops and some more time to possibly get more resources and get more troops. But it just does not appear to be worth it, to be perfectly honest. So let's bomb our way through here. And there we go. Was that even enough palm trees? It was. Excellent.
Thank you, Captain. Let us join you. These hostiles are fierce. You will need our help.
Yeah, we definitely could have recruited these guys here, but it doesn't really matter. We might have saved a couple of units. So I wouldn't really bet on that having made that much of a difference. You can also cut trees here, so we get enough for our town center. We have a lot of guys on lumber right now, but what else are we going to do? I'm not quite sure why they don't start to use at least a couple of resources here. Probably so that you can't just build more troops initially, but I mean, they could at least give us some more resources just after we liberate those guys. They've done that plenty of times in some scenarios where the initial tactical part doesn't really give you that many resources. Also, is that a... Is it a pig? Could be a tape here maybe, so... In any case, we have almost enough for a town center, which is great. So I'm going to select 4 of you here. There we go. and you can build me that town center. There's also berries here, we might get those later, but for now hunting will do the job. And then we're going to get more guys to gather us food. And there's also, there's gold somewhere here, isn't there? Is there? I guess we can always get it from fields. I think there might be some guarded gold over here, but it's not that big of a deal. And to be honest, we have to fight our way through a couple of troops here, but we're not under that much pressure. And oh, nice buildings here. And the deal is that we probably want... Actually, no, we do have a fair amount of pop here, but we want a marketplace. And the deal here is that this is probably, after this initial part here, easier than some of the other scenarios. But they never have this fairly even difficulty. So the second scenario was probably slightly more tricky in that regard as well. If you don't prepare well, if you completely over-prepare like I did, then it's not that big of a deal. So we need more lumber for this, that is totally cool. So you know what, let's just get like 12 people on lumber. And then we can focus on the other resources here. Like that delicious capybara meat. Also, we're in the colonial age. I think they're always starting in the colonial age here, which of course mean that you can choose your specific wonder, which is not actually bad. Yeah, let's get this one here first, and we can almost afford this one here too, which is nice. But you do want some gold in the near future here. Let's get that. Oh, this one here, sure. Professional hunters. Yep, we will be professional hunters here in the very near future. Why am I not training guys? Actually, I am. Never mind. Yeah, I wanted more lumber guys here, and I will have more lumber guys. So let's get maybe 3 more guys on hunting right now. This one here, yeah, we can afford that too. We can afford everything, except anything that comes after this, because we're definitely out of gold, but that's fine. These warriors here are actually quite useful because they are limited to 15. Unless you build more of these in more villages, then you can build more in total as well, if I remember correctly. And they do give you extra upgrades, and you can also use them to burn down buildings. They're pretty good at this. I actually like these scenes here. There's a little bit of storyteller here apparently. These children here are playing. We have some people doing some cooking here. It's actually quite nice. They didn't have to add this, but it feels quite alive, which is nice. It still feels somewhat gamey, but that's what you get, I guess. So not everybody here is actually hunting, which is slightly annoying to me. So let's make sure that you actually... there we go. We actually go hunting. There's also a lot of berries here. In fact, this is... Yeah, that's a lot of berries. That's probably going to carry us throughout the entire scenario. But we want some fields. Where can we even squeeze those in? I guess here. Maybe. We'll see. About that, let's get a couple more workers for that. And... do we miss... Yeah, we do miss this upgrade here, but we can afford that. Which is great. And you can maybe build me one village here. We can also use it as a little bit of a buffer. And capybara is dead. Pretty sure if you shoot at a capybara with like 6 hunting rifles, it's not going to increase the quality of the meat. I'm pretty confident about that. Let's try to not build ourselves here completely in. This should be fine. Let's get some coinage out of that, but we probably also want some more guys on food. I guess we can get some guys on the berry bushes here first. Maybe 4 more. And yeah, more of you here. Yep, everything's going to be fine. This part here is somewhat slow, but maybe you're supposed to just gather more guys and liberate this all manually, but to be honest, that feels not like what you're supposed to do, because the chance that you get your entire army wiped and then you have to wait like half an hour for your like 2 workers to actually get some good resources, that just seems to be way too high, that probability. And you are, I guess, done with hunting here. That's okay. We could do some more hunting. Actually, no, that's berry bushes as well. Whatever. You just get on the berry bushes and everything's going to be fine. And oh, we can't get any shipments. Okay, I guess we're not going to get any shipments then. I just realized. Yeah, way of making this scenario even slower. And maybe you can spread out just a little bit. Occasionally, if you have too many guys on one berry bush, then it's not going to be very efficient, because if a worker tries to do a gathering task but can't do it, they don't pop up in the idle worker counter, which is not so great. But anyway, what we want are a bunch of you guys on here. And we're out of food, but that's okay. This is 5, 6 with this guy here, 7. Yeah, we probably want 10 on that. We have a lot of lumber, but we might spend even more in the future. So I'm reluctant to get less guys on lumber now, because sooner or later I always end up in a situation where I want lumber, and lumber is hard to get unless you actually have guys cutting trees, whereas a lot of other resources you can get in other ways, and you can get a little bit faster. You can buy lumber, but it's somewhat expensive, so we probably don't want to do that if we don't need to. And we can't build another one of these, but that's totally fine. Yeah, the berry bush should last us quite a while. We can probably harness these ones here as well at one point if we really want to. But more about that in a bit. For now, it's going to do a nice build up here. A lot of these scenarios here don't seem to favor a very fast approach, which was the case in the base game and to an extent in the expansion. Yeah, remember the Save the Miners mission? That really rewarded you for not wasting any time, because the enemy attacks got worse and worse. But here, if we anger these guys here too early, they're just going to completely swamp us. And again, I don't think they have a true economy. Maybe they have one in this scenario here, but in any case, we'll see about that when we get to that. Yeah, really bummed out by the lack of shipments here. I guess story-wise it makes a certain amount of sense. We have 4 workers here. We have indeed, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should do it for the time being. You probably want more guys on the berry bushes. And you can actually build me some stuff here. A castle. Probably, I mean, we do want the siege engines. Let's build one right here. At least as a little bit of a defense. You can build me a war academy, of course. Let's build that right on this roasted tape here, or whatever that's supposed to be. You can maybe build me a village or 2 here, right next to this native village here. And we did have, yeah, this was a defense bonus. We might get that at one point, but it's not a priority right now. And we're still training these guys here. Yep, everything is just fine. We have a good amount of food, even with all the workers being trained. You can help out here. Was anyone even building that? Yeah, I think I was just wondering whether I forgot to send one guy over here. Hey, congratulations for actually building this, even though it's a little bit far away. If you build something like 5 houses or 5 shrines in a row, oftentimes you guys just seem to forget that they're actually supposed to finish all of those, which seems a bit odd, but whatever. Build this very close to the void at the edge of the map. You can go back to, you know what, you can, I guess you can get me a foreign embassy, because why not? We don't really need it all that badly, but at the same time it doesn't really hurt to have one. Can we build this in a way that doesn't just block off everything? This should still be okay, yeah, there should be enough space. Otherwise I'll have to just tear it down, because that's how it is. So we definitely need to age up. We want these siege weapons here. You do want to be able to destroy stuff from a distance. Everything else is just going to end in a tragedy. So, villages are actually a decent-ish wall. Not that great, but they have a decent amount of hit points compared to a castle. Even though the castle maybe has better defense. So you could argue that they're not the best for that. But at the same time, you can also argue that you can just raise these easy and they only cost lumber, no gold. So I guess that's nice. And we have 10 out of 10 here. Okay, do we want another field? Because we're not really... I guess we could just sell stuff as well. It sells relatively well. We need... Yeah, I don't know why I keep looking that up. I should really know that at this point, but whatever. So you have built me that. Well done. And yep, this was not removed. Now we have this War Academy here with this roasted pig or tapir, whatever that actually is. Which is interesting to say the least. Do we just want a second field? We might want that anyway for the gold. Can we? No, can't squeeze that in here. Why did I even build my base here? This looks interesting to say the least. Yeah, this looks very interesting indeed. That seems to be... Okay, can we just build... I guess we could just build one of these here. Do we really want that? I mean, this one here hasn't been opened yet, that opening. So that could actually be moderately safe. The question is, do I want one of you guys for that? Maybe I don't. So you just leave that. I think I'm going to get all of you over there, so I don't have to move anybody else over there. So you do this, and I'm just going to get a bunch more of you here. It should probably get me... Yeah, this is fine. Oh no, it's not fine. Why did I do this? Oh, it's just a bunch of guys. Okay, that's fine. I thought they would send like... No, it's not. They're going to send 100,000 of these after us, aren't they? Oh, why did I do this? In any case, you will use your punch here. There we go. That was a nice utilization of that specific power. Okay, I think we can handle this. This isn't that bad. I thought it was in a complete tragedy, but no. Okay, so yeah, just let's destroy this before this war hunt here does anything that it will regret. There we go. And then let's get... So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this should do it for now. Anything else I want? Choose an ally. Okay, Chinese mercenaries who also use the king flag. That seems wrong, but whatever. 5% cheaper military units. Oof. Jimbos, Ronin, ninjas. So who ninjas? Plus 50% building hit points. That seems a lot. Wait, does it apply to everything? Let's see. So this is 3,000 hit points. You know what? I'm kind of curious about that because I hadn't paid to that specific. Okay, you know what? What we're also going to... Can we build walls? Of course not. We can never build walls. So let's just choose the Japanese as our ally. By which I mean the Indians. I'm just going to give them a call and just get them over here. Maybe. Seems unlikely, but what do I know? You guys cut more trees here. And we can almost afford to age up, which is great. And once we can afford that, we are also going to do it. Okay, so we are... Well, that apparently seems to apply to all these buildings here. That is actually quite nice. I wasn't aware of the specific bonus here. Also, where's my healer? Did I get you killed? No, I did not. I actually just sent you in there. Well, look at that. You can do some healing then. And we can afford a wonder. Do you just want the economic wonder? Yeah, let's just get the economic wonder. I almost always get that. Hey, thank you for allowing me to build this thing here in your village. Also, let's explore just a little bit here. In case... No, I thought that maybe there was some gold here or so, but that doesn't seem to be the case. But that's totally fine. But I can probably get most of you to help me out here. Yep. Alright. And yeah, it really seems these guys do not spend much energy actually attacking me, which is great. In this case, we can probably... Do we just want to go with our usual mix of like cheapo units here? Probably. Yeah, let's just do that. Where do we want to gather these? Let's try to make that not a complete mess. Let's just gather over here. Let's do that, so we also don't need too much gold. And I guess we can get some more food from the tower then. Yeah, these guys here, they try to contribute, but they're not really doing it. So you can come over here, and then I'm going to send you to these berry bushes here. Let's get more of you guys. At least these guys here are good at burning down buildings, which is actually not bad. We might need that. What can you give me? Mercenary company. Jut Lancers or Yat Lancers. Dacoit, whatever those are. And Chakram, Tiger Claw. Oh yeah, Tiger Claws, those little Wolverine style units. Who are interesting to say the least. Let's get this here. and you can produce me some food. There we go. Let's just upgrade you again. And then we also want these two upgrades here, of course. Do we want the lumber upgrade? I don't think we need that right now. Maybe you can cut trees just down here, so you're slightly out of the way. And also you look very like Lakota native, so I'm not quite sure what you're doing here, but who am I to judge? What are you doing with your life? Maybe, I mean, I traveled here and I'm from China, so yeah, what can I say? In any case, let's wait for these upgrades. Yeah, still no home shipments, that is sad. Are you even be able to get out of here? Who knows? In any case, I think we're good to go soon. You cost me... oh, you don't cost me any gold. That is great. Do I want more of you? Yes, I do. I mean, you're not that great anyway. I mean, they're fast and they're somewhat nimble. I actually like that, but they're not that amazing. I should probably train more of these guys here too. Also, what we have here... This is actually kind of expensive, but I think I want that. Let's get this one here. And yeah, this is why you get all these guys here on lumber, because you need it sooner or later. I have a lot of guys on gold, but I can switch to food if need be. So you might do that at one point. And yeah, why not get a couple more of these? Because these units tend to be above average, but that's also because... Oh, really can't afford more of you, but that's okay. That's also because you can only build so many of them, and you need the specific building in a specific spot to even be able to do that. So they're not exactly representative for what you could raise here. Right, we're going somewhere here. So we have a bunch of you. Then let's wait for our native friends here to all arrive. And then we're going to burn down some stuff. Lots of stuff, in fact. You can position yourself here because you can probably destroy everything here from a distance. Like this here. Ah, that range. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, not as fast as that insane Japanese siege unit, which is also more expensive. What? I guess you came into range there. Whatever. You just destroy this gate here. We don't need to take out everything here. What we're probably going to... Yeah, we want to prepare properly before we start our rampage across the map here. As I could see in the previous scenario, where, yeah, if you don't bring... To us, I wasn't even over-prepared. I wasn't sufficiently prepared, because they just had so much stuff they could send. I think this is a noble? Yeah, noble's hut. This isn't really a hut, is it? But, well, then again, who am I to judge what Aztecs consider to be a hut? Also, apparently these are Aztec pirates. I mean, they do have pirate flags, so there's that. How much pop do you cost? Like 3? Oh, you only cost 1. Damn, you're cheap. Pop-wise. But then again, you're also not that great. You know what? How about I get 20 of you? That also means I can kill most of you, and this will still have a decent-ish siege army. You are running out of lumber here. That's okay. You can cut more lumber. I guess here? Yeah, that'll keep you busy for a while. We can actually secure some gold here, which I'm not going to bother sending anyone down there. I'm not quite sure why I got the gold mining upgrade, because there wasn't really any gold here, so that was kind of pointless, but whatever. So you destroy that, please, and then we can get even more of... No, not you guys here, but you guys. Yeah, a couple more of you. You can also use reserves, obviously. There we go, indeed. Nothing like destroying stuff from a distance the cheap way, because that's how I'll roll. I mean, I don't have air units in this scenario here. The only air unit you can get is an exploration balloon. And I'm not quite sure what you're doing here. It's an exploration balloon. And you can get, and I think one of the... might be one of the original... I'm not quite sure, it doesn't really matter. But you can get an exploration balloon, but it's just that. An exploration balloon. no Kirov airship or so. I should get a whole bunch of you here. We may as well get some reserves here for later. And, oh, there's another one of these here, so let's also destroy you from a distance. And we might already have achieved frame-dropping amounts of troops here. But it also seems that there's just spots on the map that perform poorly, whether or not there are actually a bunch of guys or not. But it was especially bad during the previous scenario. Also, we're going to switch you to food here because we now have a little bit of a surplus of gold, even though we're getting food here as well. So far not that much resistance, but that's probably going to change. There we go. And you can just gather here, you'll be my reserve army. Once all of you are ready, I might move you just behind me. And let's continue. And I did want the hit point upgrade. Yeah, we can actually get this one here. And I did want the... Okay. No, I did get the hit point upgrade already. Okay, good, good. You've destroyed all the trees. So you can just get over here and continue to destroy the trees. Because we have no time for environmental protection right now, right here. Yeah, if you try to intercept the convoy later, you just have to face all of this stuff here. You probably don't really want that. Kawabara's not faced by this. What do we have here? Kyopu, whatever the hell that is. I should really look that up. The Americas have some really interesting animals that I'm not terribly well informed about. So, time to kill you. Nothing, a bunch of bolts count. Solve and... Oh, almost in one barrage. Still pretty nice. Still pretty nice. So let's just destroy this wall here. Let's see whether that gets their attention. Doesn't seem to be the case, but this does. That is sufficient for me. Just kill them all. If you kill my Kiang pikemen, it's not actually that bad because I don't really worry about those anyway. And let's just get a bunch more of you here. And we also get more troops here anyway, and we should probably get maybe... How many more of these villages can we... Oh, we don't actually have enough resources for that. Hey, but you can get me some more trees cut here. And we're going to add you to the... Actually, no, we're not going to do that. Oh, we are, yeah. But you can add you here to the reserve army. There we go. And no, not you. There we go. This is what we actually want. So who's unemployed? You're unemployed. That's okay. Get me actually some lumber here. Then let's continue. What do we have here? Oh, those are... Wait, those are all treasure guarding. What kind of treasure is this anyway? Oh, 520 coins. That's a lot of coins. And it's also a lot of guardians, but that's probably worth it. Just stab them all. And you guys here are going to slowly move up here. And then you're going to destroy everything as usual. Then we just have to get to these cages here. You can fight your way through here. It's not super difficult, but it's also not really recommended. You will actually open this passage here. You just destroy that from a distance as usual. I like how this guy here tries to get around these guys, but they formed this ever wider ring and he just doesn't get through. There we go. Where are you going? Why would you do that? You were supposed to destroy that and now you can just stand here. Anyway, let's add these guys here to the reserve army. And what are you doing? What are you doing? Also, you're going to build me a field here for food or whatever. And bomb. There we go. See? I just want this opening here. Also, you can probably build me the next wonder. Yeah, let's get this one here. Let's just pop that down here so we can produce some banner armies there. Let's get more of you guys to help out with that. And
another entrance into their village. One that is less painful.
Yeah, so we can go through here, obviously. Not that we don't have enough stuff to just fight our way through here, but maybe they just don't expect you to have this kind of firepower here to completely over-prepare. But over-preparation really is generally worth it. It's not always necessary, but a lot of scenarios just punish you if you don't use it. Also, I didn't have to use the actual grenade for that. I could have used the anti-tree grenade. Okay, now we have to get all of these guys through here, which is probably... That's just going to end in a disaster, isn't it? Let's try to destroy some... Actually, there's only one tree left, isn't there? I guess you're going to die now as well. Sorry. There we go. Just move on to the next trees. Just cut some here. That should keep you busy. What was your job? Did you really just cut one tree? Oh wait, these are on a plateau. Never mind. So, oh, there's actually guardians here. But you know what? It doesn't matter. I think we have... Are you sure this is the less painful way? Maybe... Okay. You get over here. Just have to make sure that we don't accidentally... There we go. There's the next age. So you can go back to this field here. Let's get some upgrades here we probably don't really need. And we're also going to get these upgrades here, because that's actually stuff we utilize. And what did we have here? Whatever, can't afford it and don't really need it. Let's just continue. So you can just pop up here. Was that really necessary? It probably wasn't, but whatever. So let's open a passage here. With the captain's anti-tree grenades. Oh, fantastic. So definitely open this like can of Aztecs worms here. Can already feel the performance dropping. But it's okay. Yeah, I'm not convinced this was actually easier, because really we didn't really save that much like time or space here, did we? But whatever. You just get over here and you just kill all of these guys. And make your way through here. You can probably destroy this. Yeah, that sounds useful. Yeah, I don't think this saved us much trouble. Because these buildings are just producing stuff. Without actually asking whether or not these guys here have an economy to do that. But never mind. Okay, so you just stab everyone. That's the general rule here. You maybe come a little bit further down. Oh! And there's... Oh no, I guess these guys just decided to attack us once and then they just left. That's okay. Let's just destroy that. May as well take out a couple of buildings. Could be that the... Whether or not... Yeah, great. Now everybody who was here attacks us anyway, so that just saved us zero trouble to getting through there, didn't it? Let's destroy the main pyramid here, which may or may not actually do anything. Yeah, in fact we would have had an easier time destroying this from here, but whatever. Okay, yeah, that saved us exactly no trouble at all, but whatever. If it makes you happy, you can destroy this here, please. And you protect my guys in the meantime. I should probably take out those guys just in case. Also, what were you doing? Oh yeah, you were getting me more food here. Let's get these upgrades here, which we probably don't really need. Let's just kill all of you. Yep, that was completely superfluous getting through that passage, because they should extend... Wait, did this... extend? No, it didn't extend further. Maybe if it extended right to this point here, then it would have been worth it, but alas, that is not the case. Anyway, what are you doing there? We don't know. Just destroy this here because it's vaguely in our way. Yeah. And let's just slowly make our way through here. I think we over-prepared just a little bit, but I was kind of scared after the last scenario, so you please destroy that. You just move forward and then we're just going to destroy the cages there and everything's going to be fine. Yeah, it looks like you... No, you can't get out of there. Whatever. Yeah, it seems... Are these guys... They're not doing much. I was expecting them to spam 100,000 units here to stop us, but that doesn't really seem to be the case at all. Well, whatever. Anyway, oh yeah, you're... Wait a second, where's our one? Oh yeah, you're producing stuff. Forgot about that. You can produce these guys actually just for consistency's sake. You're going to go over here. You can attack these cages here. And you will attack these cages here too. And let's destroy... Oh, now they just spam a bunch of guys. But now it's too late. Well, never mind that then. And there we go. That was slightly underwhelming, but I'm okay with that.
The village is under our control, and the hostiles have disbanded. But I still see no sign of the Admiral.